Welcome to I Didn't Know That, a show about things I didn't know. And today I'm excited to talk about something that I knew just a little bit about, and that is this building here behind us in Ogema, Minnesota, and it was a jail. And I'm excited to have resident historian here in Ogema, Wayne Reller, with me today. So Wayne, what do you know about this building?
Well, it's constructed of sandstone blocks, and they were manufactured right here in Ogema. And the company operated from 1907 until 1917, so we have to assume the building was constructed in that era. Yeah, and it was used mainly because you have to remember that the era, and well over 100 years ago, transportation and roads were poor, and if there was a problem in a city such as Ogema, they couldn't call the sheriff or have the deputies come down or use the facilities there. So each town had their own facilities, this being Ogema's. And it was used mainly, there was a lot of people came to town like on a Saturday night. There'd be as high as 400 people in town, and farmers and storekeepers and residents. And there was also 3 to 4 beer or liquor establishments in town at that time, and there were some fights, so they needed some place for these guys to cool off overnight. And also those that overindulged needed a place to recuperate till morning, and that's what its main use was. And I believe sometime in the 1940s it was condemned by either the state or the county because it has no facilities in it. And at that time, they were forced to build a new jail, and that was built right over south of here in 1947. And this building has sat pretty much vacant since then. To the best of my knowledge, I've talked to what I call the old timers, if there's somebody older than me, but and I got a little information, but that was its main use, and it's basically been locked up ever since. I had to actually try to find a key for the lock, searched all over Ogema, found nothing, so the city gave me the okay to actually cut the lock off in it, and here we are today.
So Wayne broke into the jail.
My first time.
I don't know why we want to break in, but no, I'm just kidding. So let's just take a little peek inside here. So I know, I think somebody had said, one of the old timers said that somebody used to store grain in here, I believe.
Yes, and there was a farmer that used it as a grain storage facility. I don't know the exact years that was.
Yeah, and one thing you noticed, Wayne, was how thick the walls were. I think they were thinking like there's going to be some bank robbers and mass murderers in here.
There was a bank robbery in Ogema, but they never caught the guy.
Yeah, isn't it? I just love seeing history and now, did you say that was there somebody who stayed in here when there was somebody that had to sort of sleep it off, or?
I don't know of anybody personally, but I remember Dad telling me that story.
Okay. And I think there were bars on the windows at one time, right?
You can see them from the outside that there were bars on it.
Yeah.
But when they used it for grain storage or whatever, I'm sure that's when they took the bars off and put the boards up.
Yeah, because how thick of the walls, you said 20 inches?
Yeah, 20 inches thick, all steel, block, no wood.
Yeah, interesting.
The actual structure, I believe, is 20 by 20.
Okay. And I love just I don't know what you call that, but almost like
the designer bricks.
Yeah. Pretty nice for a jail. So Wayne, when I reached out to you to see if you had any information about this building, this kind of piqued a little interest in you. What do you hope to, do with this building and have some community support?
Well, there's an awful lot of support in this little town of Ogema, and it's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to have to be volunteer, but we could probably there's a lot of interest in it. It's going to need a new roof for one thing, and then we'd have to decide to what degree we want to go if we go further. But to start with, it does need a roof, and I think that'll happen.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes, there is a lot of support in this community. Like I said, history is just so neat, and I've driven by this building several times and thought, man, was there some murderer in here? And here it's just some people that maybe had a little too much to drink at the bar. So it's always nice to find out what that history is before it's gone. So, Wayne, I thank you for being on the show and for looking into the building. And I hope you learned a little something today like I did.
I did.